Hi guys, I'm Justin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to turn this sheet cake from the grocery store into a wedding cake. Now, I've never done this before. I've seen other bakers try this challenge. I'm pretty confident. Let's see how this goes. So actually, I went to Costco for this cake, and they didn't even have sheet cakes. I had to get this from the freezer, and I was so scared that someone was going to recognize me. I'm like, oh, he buys grocery store cakes. It was a fear, but luckily no one saw me. Yeah. It's still a little frozen, but I think that's gonna be better for me. What I'm gonna do is take off all this icing. I'm just gonna use a scraper and literally take it right off. The cake decorator lady at the store, she seemed so confused. Because she was like, what do you want written on it? What color? What flavor? Is white okay? I was like, yeah, yeah, I don't need anything written on it. I even asked her, do you have extra icing? So she gave me extra icing. I'm sure she was confused. But if she sees this video, it'll make sense. So I'm literally just scraping off the icing and let's do a little taste test. Ooh, it's really sweet. The hate comments be comparing my cakes to grocery store cakes. I don't want to say that anymore after tasting. So we're literally just going to take off all this icing and we're going to reuse it. And I think I want to make a 2-tier cake, maybe a 3-tier. I bought another one. I wasn't sure how many I need. But if you're on a budget and if I can make this work, that means you can make it work. Let's see if this is an effective way to make a beautiful cake. There's a lot of icing on this, so that's a good thing for us. Okay, so it's vanilla cake. I don't even know if it has filling. I don't know about anything. So as you guys know, wedding cakes are expensive. I've made some expensive cakes. Guess my most expensive cake in the comments. But I've made up to thousands of dollars worth of cake. Wedding cakes, birthday cakes. If you never bought a cake, you'll probably be surprised how much cakes cost. For reference, this cake was about $25. I only offer sheet cakes if I'm making like a wedding cake and they need extra servings, and my sheet cakes are like $100. So it's about 4 times this cost, and most of my 2-tier cakes are around $500, and my 3-tier cakes can easily be up to $1,000. So cakes are expensive. I want to make sure I'm also not getting any of the crumbs into this so we don't ruin our icing. After doing this, I'm confident you're not even going to know this was a sheet cake in the beginning. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I have these cake boards. This is a 6-inch and then I have an 8-inch, and I'm just going to use these as a template to cut out the shapes I need. So put this one here. Okay, grab a knife and literally just cut it out. Let's do 2. I'm trying to save as much cake as possible. Maybe I'll have enough for a 3-tier. It's nice and soft. Okay, 2. Let's see how tall these are. So now we're gonna take it out somehow. Ooh, there is a filling. Ooh, so it looks like there's custard. You guys need this. Thank me later. It's not bad, but it's not good. This is why people don't like cake. Just saying. No hate. Okay, so we have 1 portion, 2. Let's do a 3rd. Nice and tall. Ooh. It's already looking so good. I am not worried. Our bottom tier has to be a little bigger and we don't have enough, so we're gonna grab the other sheet cake. This cake seems a little colder. What color should I do? I kind of want to do like an emerald green. Should I do like a bright color? Should I do classic white? White's kind of boring. If I was to have a wedding cake, when I do, I feel like I wouldn't want a white cake. White is too boring. I think we're gonna do a color. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what color I should do. Maybe I'll do it after the next video. This has a whole lot of icing. If you like icing, you'll love this. I think this one's the same flavor. I kind of like though not having to bake the cake. So now we're gonna use an 8-inch circle, so it's 2 inches bigger than this one. So we could create a tiered cake. This one may have to be shorter. Voila. Okay, now we're gonna take them out. 1, other 1, 2. Okay, that's a pretty good height. I could work with this. Do we make a 3-tier cake? Whew. Okay, that's fine. A 4-inch pan, because we gotta add another tier. I don't have a 4-inch cake board, so this will work. Now we gotta cut out a few more circles. I always make sure I do 2 inches separation. So 4, 6, 8. I feel like that looks the best. And you want to make sure you use a stencil so it's a perfect circle, or else your cake will look wonky. Look how cute. It's a mini one. This one's sad, but it's okay. You need 1 more circle. Perfect. And now with all this extra cake, you can make cake pops, maybe a mini wedding cake. I'll decide momentarily. Fingers crossed. Let's start frosting these cakes. And we want to have a corresponding cake board to the cake size you're using. So this is 6-inch cake board, so I'm using the 6-inch cakes on top of this. It'll make sense later. So icing as glue, and we're gonna use the same icing. This is the icing we took off the sheet cake, so we're gonna use the same thing to frost it. So all we're gonna do is grab a layer, just like that, and now we're gonna use a little icing in between the cakes to help glue it together. This is not the best icing to frost with, But I'm a pro. I can make anything work. Next layer, we're gonna flip it. And again, you wanna make sure it's as straight as possible. Last layer, right on top. Push it down a little. There we go. And now we're gonna frost it somehow. We're gonna do a crumb coat first, actually. So crumb coat is just a thin layer of icing just to lock in all those crumbs. I think I'm gonna microwave the icing so it's a little softer. Okay, so the icing is thinner now that I microwaved it. So it should be a little easier to spread. I don't like how wobbly the cakes are though. But when we put it in the freezer to chill, it should be good. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's the best it's gonna get. It's a little leaning. It's okay, Justin. It's okay. Everything will work out. Everything will be alright.
Things are gonna be okay.
To the fridge we go, and we're going to repeat this process for each of the sizes of cakes. That's in the fridge. We're going to work on the next tier. I'm eating because why I look so good. I'm not even struggling anymore. I'm confident again. I'm confident. I think because this tier is a little shorter, it's a little easier. But look, this one's straight. It's perfect. We're gonna put this one to chill out to the fridge. Final tier, this mini one. I feel like this one's gonna be the hardest because it's so tiny. This could definitely be the hardest one. I'm gonna cry again. If I can make this work, I'm really that guy. That's okay. Okay, so I brought dapples this time. So trial number 2. Otherwise, it will be a 2-tier cake. And he needs to go straight to the freezer. The smaller the cake, it gets really difficult. Where do you think you're going? It's looking rough, but trust the process. The cakes are in the freezer. You can see it's nice and cold now. So we're gonna do another coat of icing. Fortunately, I bought more and I melted it so it's a little softer. This way it's much easier to frost. Now we're cooking with Crisco. And this way you wanna make sure it's completely covered and ice as you normally would. Grab your cake scraper. We're gonna keep this weight and then we're gonna make it cold again and then we're gonna put another coat of icing on top of whatever color you desire. It's not 100% perfect. I'll take it. To the freezer we go. This little beep is gonna make my life difficult. Hopefully I don't start crying again. The shape is looking real wonky, but hopefully I can save it. Hopefully I can perfect the tilt scape. If you know, you know. The shape is very angled, and we don't want that. We want it straight, and right now it's like, we want it like that. I think I'm gonna frost it one more time, put it in the freezer, and do another coat. The freezer is your best friend right now. Oh. I'm so dumb. Okay, so now we're gonna put another coat, and hopefully this fixes everything. It's not 100% perfect, but I feel like once we have the colored icing, it'll be better. I think I want to do an emerald green wedding cake. So we're gonna dye our buttercream, and I'm also gonna use an immersion blender. This just helps really brighten that color, really saturate it, and you'll see. So to make emerald green, I'm gonna use some green. I'm also gonna use a little bit of blue, some black just to deepen the color. And now we're just gonna mix this up, and then we're gonna use the immersion blender to really saturate the color. Hopefully this is enough for all cakes. And of course you can make this any color you want. I just think green is nice and trendy. It's a little different. So you can see before, it doesn't look great. But now we're gonna go in with the immersion blender. And you can see it's already working. Cause see, it's still not quite there. I'm gonna add a little bit more green, a little bit more blue. Look at that beautiful color. It's beautiful. Now we're gonna repeat the same process just with the green icing. Alright, so now we're gonna repeat the same process 2 more times with the other cakes. I wish this cake was a little better, but it's just gonna have to do. I don't hate it, I just know I can do better. 1 more cake to go. Also, do you see those edges? Sharp. What challenge should we do next, guys? Please let me know in the comments. Now we gotta let these cool, and then we're gonna stack it up, add the flowers, and we're done. Okay, the cakes are nice and cold, so now we're gonna use support. I always use bubble tea straws. This is important, or else your cake will collapse. And especially with these cakes being so soft. And you're just gonna wanna cut them the same height as your cake. And I like to use the same amount of straws as the tier that's going on top. So this is an 8-inch cake and a 6-inch cake's going on top, so that means I need 6 straws. And again, this is super important. If you don't do this, your cake will collapse. Basically, this is holding the weight. There we go. And now we're gonna add our top tier very carefully. Just like that. It's looking real good. It's okay, we can fix it. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but 4 straws because we're gonna put 4-inch on top. We're gonna add a tiny little cake right on top. Just like that. It looks so good. So now we're gonna fill a paper bag with some green icing and we're just gonna fill in the seam. The same colored icing and all around here so it's nice and even and seamless. Just a little bit is all you need. This is gonna make it nice and seamless and just use your finger to smooth it out. This way you have no seams and it's nice and clean. Now we're gonna cover it in flowers. I decided to use white flowers just because I feel like that's nice and wedding-y, you know? So we're not too out there. My front is here. I think I'm just gonna put flower here very carefully. I'm using roses today. I don't think I want to overdo it. I think I'm gonna keep it nice and simple. How does that look? Woo! Just hold on, wait till we're done, Do we put one up here? I don't know. Maybe one more here. Yeah, I like it like that. Okay, and now some greenery. Add some leaves. The leaves help bring it together. Now, to be bougie, we have some gold leaf. This is gonna make it look nice and expensive. This is the final product we ate. What do you guys think? I absolutely love the color green. It wasn't easy, but it was doable. Boom! I would have this for my wedding cake. I'd be happy. Would you guys be happy? Thank you guys so much for watching. And let me know what challenges we should do. Maybe blind cake decorating where I can't see, gotta decorate. Challenge my sister, challenge another baker. I don't know. Let me know in the comments and stay tuned for the next video. Now, who do I send the invoice to? Where do I get my $8.50 from? Who do I send it to? Manager.